Well, I want to again thank all of the media partners for joining us here today. It's a special day for us as we have the goal really of unveiling what the future of public education, at least the near future of public education, looks like here in Duval County. I also want to thank all of you who have in your reports been encouraging parents and families to fill out the technology availability survey. That's really the number one do now for families. We have to know technology availability as we look forward to Monday, and Dr. Green will say more about that in a few minutes. Our lineup today is going to start with our school board chairman, Warren Jones. We will then have the president of Duval Teachers United, Terry Brady, and then Dr. Green will make a lengthy statement about what education looks like for the future. So for now, I'm going to turn it over to our school board chairman, Warren Jones.
Thank you, Tracy. Good evening and welcome, everyone. I almost feel like saying welcome to the Twilight Zone for those of you who might remember that. This is truly an extraordinary moment of time we're living in. I can speak for myself and probably all of us in here that this is truly new territory. None of us have experienced anything like this before, but I know that extraordinary times have the potential to bring out extraordinary leadership and extraordinary effort. Team Duval has mobilized and moved forward with wisdom, compassion, and a very lot of creativity to address the needs of students in this time. Even amidst this continuing changing landscape, we have crafted an innovative home education program that will continue to develop and deliver exceptional education to our students, and a big part of the solution is our teachers and staff. My sincere appreciation to Team Duval for its extraordinary response in these rapidly changing times. And with that, I'd like to introduce our good friend, our best partner, the lady that drives the day-to-day operation of our teachers and their union, who's been there for a number of years, Terry Brady. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the board and Dr. Green. In my 43-plus years as an educator here in Duval County, I have never experienced what we've experienced over the last several weeks. We've been through hurricanes, we've been through a recession, we've been through downfalls, and nothing has been like what we are approaching and have worked with in the past and what we are working with now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Before I go any further, I'm so proud of our teachers, our paraprofessionals, our office personnel, and others that we represent along with the other unions here in Duval County. They're trying times, like the chairman said. But I have to tell you something right now. I have never been prouder of the staff here at the Duval County School Board and our great leadership of Dr. Diane Green, who has done an unbelievable job in preparing for the best education that we can provide our students starting next week. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand, in many counties, no, I want to correct that, in most counties, they're not ready because they're still in a shock and awe situation. And because of the leadership of our superintendent and her team and our school board members, we're going to be ready. And we're going to provide not dummied down curriculum, but the highest curriculum instruction that we can provide in a safe and healthy work environment that has been designated by the CDC. Our work is not over. We will have hiccups and bumps, but they're not going to be downfalls because failure is not an option when we are instructing and working for the betterment of the educational learning community, and that's our students. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce you to, I think, one of the best superintendents that we have in the state of Florida, even though, at times, others have been critical about her bold moves and her steps. But I am proud that she is our superintendent, and I'm even prouder to see the work that she and her team have put together for all of us starting next week. Ladies and gentlemen, our superintendent, Dr. Diana Green.
Thank you, Chairman Jones, and thank you, Ms. Brady. I want to thank all of the school board members who are able to be here this afternoon and those who are not, and all the employee groups we have been working with to implement this shift as the situation has changed so rapidly. And lastly but not least, I want to thank Mayor Curry I want to thank him for all that he has provided. We have worked together through this situation in partnership through this incredible season. In these extraordinary times, I know that public education has a special role to play. While we must absolutely respect and adhere to the directives and guidance on social distance and self-isolation, we must also absolutely re-engage our children with education and connection with the teachers and educators in their lives. Let me say that there is nothing that can replace the dynamics of a well-managed classroom environment and a school with a high-performance academic culture. The core competency of our schools is deliver exceptional classroom education. Today, though, we are flipping the script. We are channeling that same core competency into a new model of home-based instruction, and we're calling it Duval Homeroom. 2 weeks ago, we brought children to the classroom. Beginning Monday, we'll bring the classroom to the children. Because our teachers are such great educators, I have great confidence that they will adapt quickly. Because our school support teams are so incredibly committed to serving families, I also have great confidence that they will be able to assist families remotely to overcome any challenges that they may encounter in accessing our program for their children. I'm equally confident this era will reveal incredible creativity in the delivery of instruction and education for Duval County school students. Here is how this will work. First, I must say secondary will be the easiest. Almost all of the instruction and instructional interaction will be moved to online learning platforms. These are platforms students are familiar with because they've routinely used them in schools. Teachers and students will be able to connect in real time, online, and in teleconferencing. For elementary grade students, fully online education will be a challenge. One, not many elementary school students are engaged in full-time virtual school. Therefore, we understand that there must be supplemented packets that support these students. When I say that we are delivering instruction, I really mean it, because we're going to use our bus contractors and our staff to deliver standards-aligned, grade-appropriate educational packets for elementary school students. These packets will be combined with online learning platforms and online and teleconference instructional interaction to deliver school to our elementary population. I should also mention that these services and remote support will be in place for our English language learners and our exceptional education students. Additionally, we are arranging with community partners to provide mental health services remotely through audio and video teleconferencing. Let me say one more exciting thing about our bus strategy. Since we are going into our neighborhoods with educational packets, we thought, why not bring lunch too? So we will. Beginning Monday, our grab and go lunch will still be available at schools, but it will also be those meals on our wheels and delivered academic and physical nutrition to every student every day. Let me address the big question, technology. Right now, we are surveying parents in multiple ways to determine each child's technology access, including devices and internet access. I need to emphasize this. We need every family to fill out the survey we have online about technology availability in your home. You can do this survey on a cell phone, but if you can't get to the survey for any reason, we now have a number for you to call and we will take your information by phone. That number is our technology help desk, 348-5200. Let me say it again. 348-5200, 904 area code. Please complete the survey or call that number to inform us of your home technology situation. Because secondary is fully online, our priority will be to move existing laptops to students who need them and then fill the gap for elementary students as quickly as possible. Keep in mind, elementary students will have their home learning packets, which will provide a form of instruction over the first 2 weeks. Let me be clear about our objectives and timeline. Number one, over this week and through tomorrow, we are fully orienting school leadership to the distance learning environment so that they are prepared to support their teachers. Friday, we will engage with teachers and other school-based personnel to provide their orientation and training to this new way of delivering instruction. Saturday and Sunday, we will endeavor to close the technology gap with delivery of laptops and air cards to high school and middle school students who need them. This objective will continue as long as necessary until we have connected every child. We will also launch over the weekend our comprehensive website for Duval Homeroom. That includes all the links and learning materials students will need and instructions for families on where to start and what to do. That website will include bus routes information telling families where they can go to get the educational materials and the school lunch. Monday, technically will be the first day of home instruction. We have two objectives. Monday will be orientation to online learning day. This is a day when teachers and families can experience the new environment and begin to identify any challenges we need to address. We will also assess where we are with student connectivity and adjust as necessary to get our students connected. The second objective for Monday is to deploy our bus delivery for the first time and to get the learning packets into the hands of our elementary students. I ask if the bus is late, please have patience. This is like the first day of school all over again, and there are just some things we will learn by experience. By Friday of next week, March 27th, our objective, that is, we will have almost all, if not all, of our students fully connected and fully engaged in meaningful instruction. Let me close by saying this. These are extraordinary times for all of us. I believe that education is vitally important in students' lives, not just for the academics, but for all the positive influences our educators have on our community's children. We could have easily taken another week off, but the easy decision isn't usually the best decision. As a former teacher and currently the superintendent, I am anxious for our schools and our educators to re-engage with our children as quickly as possible. For our teachers, to our school and district staff, to our employee representative groups, and we are so pleased that Ms. Brady and DTU is here to support this effort every step of the way. I want to say thank you for the incredible work and flexibility, maybe not always totally flexible, but we're getting there, to plan and deploy this effort to transform a 130,000 student organization from face-to-face to distance instruction, known as homeroom. To our families, I want to say thank you for your patience and flexibility. I truly understand that this is a challenging situation and we are going through situations that have never been seen before. But I ask that you continue to be patient with us as we discover and overcome the inevitable challenges we will discover as we roll this out. Finally, to our students, I can't wait to say welcome back, and I'm sure many of you are ready to get back. We will see you online and we will see you at the bus stop. And to the best of our ability, we will get back to the work of teaching and learning beginning on Monday. At this time, I will be open for questions.
Dr. Green, first of all, this is obviously a very innovative way of reaching your students during this interesting time. My question is, what accommodations are being made for single-parent working households who can't afford or don't have another option for supervision for younger kids during the coursework? Do you guys have a solution for that or accommodations for that?
We are reaching out to our partners. We're reaching out to churches, other partnerships that we have in our community to survey them. Are they able to offer childcare? And if they are able to offer childcare, do you have technology? Do you have connectivity? We are working with as many organizations as we can to provide support for single parents.
If a parent or there's not a supervisor there to help them navigate this coursework, will students be penalized for not getting it done during this period of time that y'all are using the virtual classroom?
We have built in opportunities for other employees, such as guidance counselors, paraprofessionals, to be able to reach out to those students, to give them some support. We can actually check online, have they logged in, or if they have a home packet, we'll be able to call them and have sort of a teleconference to talk to that child to say, let me help you. You're on page 4. What are your challenges on page 4, and work with them. We're going to do everything we can to stay connected with our students.
Are you also partnering maybe with like internet companies or TV companies as well, maybe for those families that don't have that access?
You know, I'd like to invite up our CIO, Mr. Jim Colbert, and he can explain our partnerships that we are going to implement.
Thank you, Dr. Green. Of course, in IT, we're very excited about this. We have been reaching out to many of our partners. As you know, Comcast is offering free internet service for those families that are in need. And in fact, if they go online and fill those out, they will actually ship a kit to them directly to their house so they can get that done quickly. We are also looking at other different options for our students. Number one, fill out the survey. We will reach out to you and we will assist you in every way that we need to make sure that you are online and you are available with all your other classmates.
And that website again for parents to fill out the survey is what?
There's a link right off the district's website.
How many, so obviously, this is one question for Dr. Green, unless it's kind of about the buses. Sorry.
Now, Mr. Colbert, if you want to answer this question, I'd gladly let you have it. Okay.
So this bus program, you guys are dropping packets off starting Monday. So will it be bus drivers coming in once a week, every single day to bring in new coursework? How will that work?
Transportation will be running every day because it's not just coursework, it's mobile lunch and snack that will be delivered. So it's every day. I also want to recognize Miss Paula Renfro. She is our Chief of Academics. Miss Renfro is standing off to the side. She and her team, and she may not want this right, are the ones who developed Duval Homeroom. It was an incredible effort to bring all of our platforms together and provide an instructional model that would be more of a continuity of instruction. The first 2 weeks, only for elementary, we are using standards aligned packets, but after the 2 weeks, teachers can actually customize their instruction for their students.
You talked about, sorry, Dr. Green, I think a little bit with logistics on this. So the teacher will be online during the day to be able to answer questions or virtually teaching that lesson. How is that going to work exactly?
It's both. The teacher can actually deliver instruction. Our online platform, teachers have the capability of having, I can call fifth period. Fifth period, we need you to log on, and they can actually have conversation with one another. Or it can be done this evening, you need to do ABC, you need to read pages 45, and I will be emailing you out the questions to answer on that particular assignment. They have a number of ways they can engage with students. Another piece that we added is every school will have its own capability of phone conferencing. So principals can say, I'm calling a faculty meeting Wednesday at 9 a.m. They call the number, the principal, it holds up to 200 people on the line, so a principal can have a faculty meeting with their teachers that are working remotely.
In terms of laptops, I know you guys are planning on delivering some. Is it like, if a household has more than one student, is it one laptop per household or one for every single student?
Our goal is one for every single student that will be connected online. Please know that our high school students are very accustomed to this. Many of them are very accustomed to doing it on their iPhone. So they may say, I don't need a laptop, I have my iPhone, I can do everything through my phone. Those of us who are wearing these or a little more mature, we need a laptop or an iPad. But our goal is to make sure every single family has the necessary resources to support this effort.
So has any portion of your staff done any training? I know this week you have training
Absolutely. We have well over 1,400 educators who have gone through our Innovative Educator program, which is led by Mr. Jim Colbert. And if Mr. Colbert would like to come and add more to this, but they are expert trainers. So not only will our teachers receive the training Friday, they will have access to these expert teachers that many of them are teaching right next door to them, or they're at their same school.
Dr. Green, when we heard about this yesterday, we saw that you guys are, and I don't know if it's changed since, one of 4 school districts in the state that are doing this. How early on were you guys working on this program? A big question that's come up in several different agencies across the country has been preparation. When did you guys start working on this specifically with this in mind?
We started working on this at the beginning of spring break, when we were one of 4 districts when sort of the dam broke open and all things started happening that were on spring break. And so we were sort of behind the 8 ball. We had to get started, and since we were not sure of how we would be delivering instruction after we had spring break and then the extended week, we felt we needed to be prepared, and Ms. Renfro and her team started immediately. We did have the advantage that we have these platforms in our district currently, and many of our secondary teachers are very accustomed to using these platforms. I think the thing that has made it extraordinary and creative is that we are trying to continue the learning connectivity where they were 2 weeks ago. It isn't just, we're just going to give you standard curriculum and it's just standard first grade. We're trying to say 2 weeks ago, this is where the district, many of our students were. At elementary, 2 weeks from now, teachers will then be able to take control of it and then customize or do remediation or interventions for students that are in need.
Last time we had the press conference, you guys were still in the planning process for teacher pay for those that are going to be still on self-isolation, and then also for those moving into this program. Where does that stand? I guess first, could you address teachers who are still going to be on self-isolation and what the classification of their leave will be and how that'll affect their pay, and then secondly, the teachers that are going to be participating in this program?
Well, the beauty of this is that you can work remotely. So you might be in self-isolation, you have a laptop and connectivity, you're working. So our goal is that we will be running our normal payroll. We are looking at every employee group to ensure that this new way of work, all employees are supporting Duval homeroom, whether it is on buses, delivering instruction, delivering food, or supporting by calling students. We actually still will take attendance. We need to know where every student is as it relates to where they are in the instruction. So we need a number of employees whose only job is to call students and say, hey, have you logged on today? Or I see that you haven't logged on today. Are you homesick? So that we can run our operations as normal as possible in a very unique, extraordinary time.
If in the event someone actually gets sick with COVID-19, will they classify that as sick leave or other allotment? I don't know the right word to say, but or other arrangements going to be made from their sick leave?
Well, it would be the same if I put COVID-19, if I came down with a cold, and today if I would not have shown up to work, they do the same process. They call their principal, let them know I will not be in today. And many times when teachers need substitutes, they write plans. Again, the beauty of this is that it's already in the system remotely, so we will be able to follow normal procedures. So if a teacher needs to take a sick day, they can.
Well, the quarantine period for if they were actually be sick is much longer than a day. So I'm talking about if they need to be out for like 14 days. So we're talking about
If they're not able to do their work, which they will be working from home, then it's the same as sick leave. But if you're able to work, then they would work remotely.
I know that the State Department of Education mentioned the April 15th day. Is that something, I guess, in terms of this information of maybe returning to class after April 15th will be made before that, but is that something that, is this process going to be reviewed weekly?
Absolutely. We can actually review it daily. From the district, we can see in the platforms as well. We will review the process probably the first week every day and make adjustments as needed. The governor has indicated that this will last till April 15th, but I'm confident a decision will be made. Will we continue prior to April 15th? But we are prepared. If we are only doing it to April 15th, we have the programs in place to go to April 15th. If we are required to take it further, we are prepared for that as well.
Dr. Green, the state also recommended saying school districts be prepared for even, I think, June 30th or something like that. Has the academic school year already been pushed back, or is it too unknown right now to figure that out?
That will not be the case for Duval County Public Schools. Duval County Public Schools, through Duval Homeroom, we are capturing our minutes. We're going to be able to stay on track. Our goal is to end school the same way our current calendar indicates we will end school. Now, will we have to change some dates in between now and the end of school? Yes, we will. But our goal is to end the school year as scheduled on our school calendar.
Normally, you guys, like charter schools, go their own way, do their thing. This is a problem where having the ability to apply a lot of resources, talent, helps get things moving better. So, are charter schools part of this?
Charter schools had the option to be part of this or create their own home instruction. And either way, they had to let us know what that decision was by yesterday. And all of them have made a decision. I can't tell you how many have chosen to go with DCPS, Duval Homeroom, or I know that a number of them already had their own home education plans.
Are there any other questions?
Actually, there's one thing. It sounds like what you're talking about involves a great deal of customization. So I think I know the answer, but I'm just trying to ask this anyway. For curriculum, are you using anything that's from a company that has sort of a standard starting point curriculum for online instruction? Or are you telling people to come in with their own stuff?
No, much of what we are using for curriculum content is the same curriculum content we use today in our classrooms. So a perfect example, Achieve 3000. That's a program we use district-wide and from elementary and middle school. We have incorporated Achieve 3000 is in Duval Homeroom. So the students, once they get in, they will be familiar with many of the platforms because they will pick up where they left off 2 weeks ago. So iReady, they'll pick up where they left off 2 weeks ago. Or with our high school students, that we have African American Studies. The same program that we're using for African American Studies, which is an online program, they'll pick up where they left off 2 weeks ago.
One last thing, you mentioned the website that families will be able to start going into over the weekend to basically try to get themselves ready. Do you have a website address that we should be mentioning to people now so they can be aware of
Right.
these things?
It will be on duvalschools.org. It'll be on the banner page. They will be able to log in on Monday. Over the weekend, we'll be uploading all of that information. Yes.
All right, thank you all very much. Thank you, Dr.
Okay. I'm sorry. Paula, if you like, we can send her web videos